Soon,
Looks
soon.
like it's about time to go. You guys ready to start? We might only have 13 here, but it's the 13 that should be here. So here we go. Let's do a little bit of Milo Show on Passive Milo Show. On Passive Milo Show is here today. You don't want to miss a single word they say. Bringing you founders from a near and far. Listen, let me tell you now just who they are. Listen to the stories and how they tell. In just 3 minutes how they're doing well. Telling us what it's all about today. And how they're loving that on passive way on passive. It's a here to stay on passive. There's just no better way to listen to the On Passive Milo Show. So then you can be the very first to know. On Passive is a here to stay. Passive Milo Show is coming your way. Saturday on Passive. Yeah. Milo, take it away. I like doing that part. That's fun. All right. It's so good to have all of you here. How many of you had a good Thanksgiving?
Because you're putting it on there.
It was amazing, wasn't it? I had the most beautiful Thanksgiving. I went up to my sister's house with all my nieces and nephews and great nieces and great nephews and just had a wonderful time. And then I left up there on Friday morning or Friday afternoon, and I go see Miss Amy Radecki. And I stopped at Amy Radecki and Mike's house, and I had a wonderful time there. We went out and ate, we listened to music, we just talked, we enjoyed it. And then we went back to the house and we talked till midnight or something. And then we went to bed, and Mike gets up and makes me a breakfast in the morning. And then I head over to my kids' house, and I got to see my mother-in-law already today. I got to see my kids, my grandkids. And I said, man, I got to go. It's at 1 o'clock. I got to get over to the motel. I got to get set up so that I can have my show today, because I want to talk about thankfulness and gratitude and thankfulness. You know, and I'll tell you what, we have so much to be thankful for. Today and every day, honestly. I like to say that I'm the most blessed man in the world, because I feel like that I am. You know, how I've been blessed and through my life, and what the people I've met, the people I've come in contact with, which is a lot of you guys. But as I come into contact with people and I meet them, I just feel so blessed. I feel almost unworthy, that what I've been given. And then to think about ONPASSIVE. I mean, let's talk about ONPASSIVE. Me and Amy and her son and Mike set up last night, and we talked, and they asked questions, and we just got excited about ONPASSIVE, man. When you start talking, it's one thing when you sit in a room with someone who doesn't, know about it, or doesn't even really believe about it. That's different than when you sit with a founder or someone that can get excited with you, and you start talking about all the stuff that's going to happen. And all of a sudden, man, it just runs over in you, and there's a song that says, about my cup overflowing and I'm drinking from the saucer. And that's what I feel like, no longer am I drinking from the cup because my cup's overflowing. I now have to drink from the saucer just of the things that, have happened in my life that are so beautiful. And so that's what we want to talk about today. So I am looking for hands to go up to talk about, and listen, we only got 17 here. So right now, you can talk for a little longer than 3 minutes if you want to. If you want to stretch it out to 5.
There you go. You got somebody. You got a hand up there, Milo.
I
Already.
got a hand up, and it's none other than Miss Amy Radecki. Come on down and talk to us, girl.
I don't even need sleep anymore. Hi. So it's true. You went to bed at midnight, but I got on the Lynn and Rob and Lynn live. I went to bed at 2. Mike woke me up at 7. Milo's coming downstairs. You got to get up. I'm like, okay. But so grateful that you were able to come to our home and we were able to spend some time together. But this morning you wanted to, or this afternoon you wanted to talk about gratefulness. And I found the definition here. In my opinion, they all fit passive. Number one, appreciative beyond measure. Right? We can't measure this
Absolutely.
thing. Number two, deeply overwhelmed with gratitude. Well, you
Yep,
know
that's
me, my kids call me weeper. I cry over everything. Number three is blessed, plain and simple. And that is on passive right there. Thanks to Ash Mufara and the tech teams, and I'm grateful to be here and in your presence with all my new friends. So thanks, family.
Awesome. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, that is so true, man. When we think about it, sometimes we don't know whether to cry or we don't know whether to run and jump, or if you guys are like me, I sometimes I'm filled with all kinds of emotions, and I think about the emotions of how I'm going to be able to bless people in my life, people that, maybe don't even think that it's coming, thinking that something never could have happened good to them. They're always getting something, that's bad. And all of a sudden, we're able to have this vehicle called ONPASSIVE that, and I want to tell you, money is not everything. In fact, money in itself is not even good. It's not good. But what money can do is good. And so when you rein that in and you realize that, hey, well, what this movement is and what we're building is not about us getting a whole bunch of money and just hoarding it in. That's not what it's about. I mean, if you want to do that, hey, you do whatever you feel, you do you. But the truth of it is when you listen to Ash's heart, and if you listen to Ash and you listen to a lot of the founders on here, and you listen to the founders, all of a sudden you realize that it's not really about what we're going to get. It's about what we're going to be able to push out to others. And I say a lot of times, if you get money in or you get those apples in, man, don't let them rot in the basket just because, you can leave them in there and let them rot, or whatever, and just keep that. But what would happen if you pushed it out? What if you pushed it out to others? What if you took that orange? I always like to use the illustration of the orange. How many oranges can an orange? What happens if you cut that orange apart and you take the seeds out and you plant each one of them?
Nothing happened and no one was injured. This jet blast nearly.
Get her there. All right. Looks like it's Ray 521. And Green Vision is also live, and Curtis Davis. All right, cool. So if you have an orange, how many oranges can an orange create? Truth is, nobody knows. You could never know. It's because it's an infinite number. Because when you take an orange and you cut it apart, and let's say there's 24 seeds in that orange, guess what? You plant 24 trees. You don't get 24 oranges, you get 24 trees. Now, how many oranges come on that tree? Who knows? But then you start taking those and you cut them apart. This is what we got with ONPASSIVE. It's an incredible plan, the way that it is, when we can push it out to other people and so much more come back into that fund or whatever, and it just builds over and over and over. So I'm thankful for it. I'm full of gratitude on it. So I'm still looking for hands, and if we don't have any hands, oh, there's Jeannie Oliva. Come on down, girl.
Thank you, Milo. I don't have the raise hand function.
Okay.
That's Zoom for you. That happens every once in a while. I don't know why, but yeah, I love the analogy of the orange because like you said, I mean, it's got unlimited potential, right? But we can also take those orange seeds and we can take them around the world. And we can plant orange trees, in different places around the world. And just the idea that we have friends all around the world, we have family all around the world, like in a very real way. Like if I showed up in Papua New Guinea, do you think I wouldn't be welcomed by David Bacall and Nancy Youngavi? I mean, we would have that everywhere we go in almost every country in the world. And that to me is huge. As much as I like my alone time, it's really comforting to know that you have family that really enjoys your presence and gets you and understands, has the same values that you have, like with ONPASSIVE, like you were talking about, or maybe it was Amy, I can't remember, talking about being in a group of people, and if it's people that are either don't know anything about ONPASSIVE, or they are suspicious of ONPASSIVE, or whatever, they don't believe in it, but then you have a group that are ONPASSIVians, and just the vibe, like last night we were on the feedback session and it went long, and they turned off the recording, and it just became a chat, and the vibe there, just companionable, that energy of just being with people who have loving hearts, who are just equally excited about this project and are going to go out into the world. I mean, the fact that we're launched now, and anybody that's been in the OES, it's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. Like it's just, we knew it was going to be great, but it's really great, and it's just getting started. So it's gonna, as more people get in and the wheels start to grease and all of that, and then we start actually, and Oh Bless gets activated in there, and all of these things, it's just going to be extraordinary. So thankfulness and gratefulness and appreciation, they don't cut it for me. This is like entire new life, an entire new life that I'm personally living. And I think I can probably speak for a few other people that this is really happening. I never doubted it, but when you're actually sitting in it, it's like having an invitation to a party, and you're all prepared, and it's going to be great, and all your friends are going to be there, but being there, and the band is great, and the food is great, and the decorations are prettier than you ever dreamed, and all of this kind of thing. And sorry, I'm just muting. I'm going to mute some people here. It's just happy making is the phrase I use a lot. It just makes me happy and peaceful, and like a kid. I feel like a kid, like we're all just going to be able to do whatever makes us joyful. And that's going to have a ripple effect on the rest of the world, because we're going to have more joyful people. Everything's going to be affected by that, just that energy change. So that's all I wanted to share. I'm sure we'll be chatting more as we go along. Thank you, Milo.
Absolutely. And that was beautiful what you said, and it is true, like you were saying, when you get together with other ONPASSIVians, and all of a sudden you start talking, man, it's just, and you realize that the beauty of it is we've had a dream for a long time. We've had a dream, but now we're stepping into that dream. And it's like, oh my God, it's really happening. It's here. It's happening. I can't tell you how excited I am. It's almost like, I don't even walk on the ground no more. I walk kind of on the air, and I know me and Amy was talking, and one of the things that come up was how even those things go wrong against you now, or something happens, and you think this is just short-lived. I mean, it's just a matter of time, where it doesn't matter about what something costs, what this or what happens, it's not going to matter at all, because we have, we're going to have all these apples that we can do, and I know some people say, well, I mean, you're putting it kind of, how do you know? Well, I don't know, but I mean, I'm feeling it. Okay. I'm feeling it. It's a great feeling to know that it's there for me, and it's like, I guess almost like I'm in a tunnel, but I'm right at the edge of the tunnel. I know that what I'm fixing to walk into is amazing, because I can see it out there, even though I'm not there, and it's just amazing how that works. So, all right, we're looking for another hand. Come on down. Who's going to be the next one? Let's look. Man, I can't believe we don't have no one that's thankful or gratitude. Curtis Davis, come on down, brother. Look, yeah, I call him out.
And I also just want to say, if other people don't have the raise hand function like I did, just go like this. You go, wave so we know.
Absolutely. Oh, Mike's waving his hand. Did Mike want to say something?
Do you want to say something, sir? You're live. Mike, come on.
Mike, come on down, Mike.
Hey,
how you doing?
I can't hear if I'm talking to you or not.
Oh, I'll take these out.
You're talking
these
to
out.
me.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I had the Bluetooth on.
Okay.
Here,
Mike,
put these in.
Mike, how you doing, brother? Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, sir. I'm really excited.
You might have been just waving your hand at me, but I took it as you wanted to talk. So.
Oh, okay. Well, only thing I can say is what an exciting week. And it's just going to be a little bit more exciting the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm hoping that everybody's able to get everything working right.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, it was so good to talk to you last night. I enjoyed it so much, being there with you and Amy.
Yeah, it's good to have you, Milo. I'm gonna go turn you on in the other room.
All right. Well, we'll see you later. Have a good one, brother.
We'll see you.
We'll see you. Bye. All right. Let's
Hey,
see.
Milo.
Yes. Someone said Milo.
Milo, this is Curtis. How are you?
Curtis, how you doing? I called your name. I don't see your picture.
No, I'm not at a place that I can take my picture right now.
I
So
got
you just
you.
got to look at the one at the wastewater pipe.
Oh, got you. Well, come on down and say something that I know you got a lot that you're gratitude and you're thankful for.
Man, I am so blessed. It's beyond belief. Everything that is happening. All my family was together on Thanksgiving Day. We had an awesome meal. And what was really good was nobody even ate any of the pies. The pies wasn't even cut. All they ate was the smoked turkey, the dressing, and the mashed potatoes. I don't know. We had just about everything.
If I was there, the pies would have got ate.
Well, I don't know. When the food's real good, a lot of times you don't go for the sweets.
Yeah, well, that's true, but I like the sweets.
Yeah. And then we traveled last night to Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, down south for a state playoff, and ended up winning that one really good. So next we got 2 more games, 1 game, and then we're into the state championship. And this school that our kids go to, our grandkids go to, North Dakota, oldest granddaughter's on the cheer and plays softball. Softball has won back-to-back state championships. Their cheer team went to the Nationals in Houston a week ago and took 2nd place, and then got like a 9.6 rating, which is super high, and got beat by a 0.01, I think it was, or a 0.1, and did great. Got my middle granddaughters on the flag line and do an excellent job, and the youngest granddaughter, she'll probably be cheering next year. But everybody is healthy. Everybody is doing good. My Cowboys won Thanksgiving Day, and if Cedric Flowers, our Cynthia Brown was on here, they'd probably have something to say, because they them Eagles fans. They think they flying high, but we're coming up on them fast. Just like ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE is getting bigger every day and getting more things worked out. And come on, people, get real. What have you ever saw any business that comes on that doesn't have any glitch at all? Every company is going to have a few minor glitches. Come on, get real. Let's do this thing. the first thing everyone wants to say, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that. You know, everything's coming together. So just sit back, take a chill pill, and everything will be good. But everybody have a great, awesome day. It's kind of raining here in Shreveport, but everybody have a great, awesome day. And I'm just thankful to be alive. When
All
your
right.
2 feet can hit the floor, you're doing good.
That's right. And I want to say I'm thankful I got a brother named Curtis, because he's a good guy. And Kurt, love you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on and talking. And you're right, man. We are flying high. You know, things are coming together with the company that you know, it's amazing. What has happened with the company is amazing, you know. And
One other thing that I'm thankful for, Milo, is I'm thankful for you, but I'm at 216 on YouTube and you're still at 180 something.
I know, that's bad. See, people, you gotta help me out, man. He's hammering me. But anyway, it's all in fun, and we have a good time with it. And but if you haven't signed up for ONPASSIVE Milo Show, you need to do that to help me out. All right, let's see, who do we got next? Thanks, Kurt, for coming down. All right, who's next? Do we have anyone? Man, there's a hand. Beverly, come on down. I seen your hand. I don't know why we don't have hands in the chat. It must be Zoom. Who knows? Oh, can't hear you, Beverly.
Oh, I've got it, but
Okay,
maybe
finally.
everybody does.
Finally, my phone worked the way it was supposed to.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Beverly North. I live in the state of Kansas in the United States of America. This is my maiden show with all of you guys. I've listened to many webinars. And there's always been such a big panel of people that's wanted to speak. I've always held back. So I am grateful to be a member of this wonderful company. I'm grateful that God's put me here at this time in my life. As you can tell, I'm on the senior citizens list. So, but we have purpose. Those of us that have seen Ash's vision and helped join him in his vision, there's a purpose for us. And when you're a Christian, that also helps as well, because God places thoughts in our minds that he may not give to someone else. But we can catch somebody else's fire and their joy and share it as well. So I know yesterday I caught Wilton and I caught a Pat Parent's show last night with Chris. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But you know, I too am grateful. I have a grandson who is on the autistic spectrum. And so I understand the struggles that those people have. And so it takes a while for God to unfold things sometimes. Sometimes he just puts a little drop of oil and you're to spread it. So I don't know how to get any of this done that I'm about to say, but that's okay. He's put it in my mind. So I was given the thoughts of the autistic people. Do they need protection? Yes, because a lot of them don't have the capabilities to understand. And of course, some do. But I thought, my grandson's just now starting school, and they expect the same thing from the autistic kids as they do the normalcy. And it must follow their plan. It must follow their criteria or they're failing. So right from the very beginning, they set them up to fail because they can't keep up. They have their own way of learning, and each one is so individualistic. And one teacher in a classroom of 15, 20, 30, however big the classes can be in today's world, there's no way they can do that. So why not have separate schools just for the autistic people? And within that school, you include the nutrition and the medical and the therapist and everybody that's involved to help those people get to the highest standard that they can. And they want to achieve. They see that they're not quite up to snuff. and they get their feelings hurt and they don't understand, but they keep moving forward. So I live in a small community, and in Kansas is a very much agricultural state. Wheat, corn, cattle. Do we have our big cities? Absolutely. You know, Kansas City, Wichita, Topeka, those kind of things. And in the bigger cities, they may have a program that's somewhat similar, but they're not all inclusive. And while you're thinking about everything to help the therapist, then you also need to include the parents, because they're under such stress. And the ones that can least financially afford any of those niceties that's awarded to people, they cannot be left out. And usually they're the ones who get kicked down the most. They're already down, so they're a good target to just kick at. And you have to appreciate the stamina that these people have and they continue with. So that's kind of my vision. Don't know where to start, don't know how to do it, but I guess when it's time to take root, God will put somebody in my life to move it forward. So that's just kind of my little take about Oh Bless and how we can be grateful for this avenue to help those that need it the most. Thank you for listening.
That's beautiful, Beverly, and I think there will be. I love autistic children, you know, and I think something needs to be done, and I think we can do something. There's going to be a lot of ways that we can help. Number one is we got Academy. Whether if someone doesn't want to send them to a school, how about going to Academy? How about getting that individual one-on-one, or you know, where you talk to them and you can teach them that way? Or how about having a school that we set up, or a home or something where they're set up, but they have Academy that comes in there and teaches them, and can be taught by the best teachers, the best ones who teach these type of children. You know, they can come in, they can do it, they can have activities and stuff like that. I love your passion, I love your heart, and I know there's going to be something out there for it, and I know how to do it. I know how to get it funded, and so let's talk a little bit later on. You know, send me something on Messenger or something, we can talk, and we can come up with a way to make that happen. You know, because those kids really need it. I have not met one that, I mean, their hearts are so big, and when they talk to you, they never forget you. You know, it's just incredible, those children, you know. And I think, you know, a couple that I know even on here is Eric. Eric has a son, I think his name's Eric. And, you know, just a fun loving kid. And Robert Tantello's got a grandson, I believe, called Skylar, you know, and I love to talk to those two, you know. So a beautiful thing, you know. I love, you know, your heart and talking about it. All right. There is I just seen, I don't know who put it in there, but if you go to reaction, under reaction, was that you that put it in there, Jeannie? And
Well, that's where it is, though.
It was
That's where-
Amy
Amy?
Rydecki.
Okay.
so
And
you
I
only-
proved.
They moved the raise hand, so it's over underneath reaction. Click on
Yeah.
reaction, and
And
you'll
it
see
works.
raised hands there.
It works. So
Awesome.
let's see some raised hands.
Yeah, I
All
see
right,
some raised
there
hands.
we
We got
go.
some raised hands. Go for it. We got
All
some.
right, we got Miss Jeannie Oliva. Come on down, girl.
Well, I think William was ahead of me, but I'm just going to take
okay.
a
I'm sorry.
second. I'm just going to take a second to speak to what Beverly said, which with her idea for a facility. And I just wanted to say that I think Wilton is actually planning on something like that. So we could join forces with Wilton's Oh Bless project and stuff, you know, stuff like that. But that is definitely what he was thinking of. And that's based on his experience working with these children.
Yeah,
So
God
that's all I
told me
wanted
I
to
would
add.
have to acquire 200 acres because but by the time you get done being all inclusive, that would include some housing for families. And, you know, and then by the time you pay salary for staff, to have a medical doctor on board, to have an RN on board, to have the therapist on board. And so, yeah, it's a big undertaking no matter where it starts, but, you know, great things start with that small orange seed you guys have been talking about. So I don't know if I can unmute myself on my phone, but feel free to mute me, please.
Yeah, so Beverly, it is, I mean, when you know what ONPASSIVE is, and when
Yeah.
you kind of get a grip on it, there's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that is too big for ONPASSIVE to find a way to fund it. All that stuff you talk about, it's easy to get that done. The funding is easy to come about. You know, it's not, we have to rethink what we used to think compared to what it is now. It's completely the different thing. And the hardest people to convince and to explain it to a lot of times is the business person, the guy with the business mind, because what ONPASSIVE does has never been done before. And they look at it and say, well, I don't even see how that's even possible. Well, you know what? I agree with you. You know, back in the day, that's exactly what I said. I said, Candace, come on, geez. I said, you're talking about utopia here. No one's gonna do that. You can't do that in the business world. No one's ever done it. They're not gonna do it. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? I was wrong. I was wrong, and Ash just showed us how you can do it and how it will be done. All right, so next up, I'm sorry, William, I was looking at the pictures with the hand up. I do that quite a bit. And but I do see you over there. So William DeLone, the Marshmallow Man, you come on down and talk to us, brother.
Hello, Milo.
What's up, William?
Yeah, can I'm very grateful about learning and watching it unfold, on Passive Unfold. Can I talk about some of the features that are so amazing? And
Absolutely.
yeah.
What are you thankful for? What features are you thankful for?
Well, for all like OMail and ONPASSIVE, you can get the PDF file plus the videos that you can watch for learning the processing. And the one I like about ONet is what you call the voice to text, which is a really nice feature. You can take a notepad and you can do a script and you can read it out and it goes, then you send it out. I think that's a really wonderful feature. Plus, you make a mistake, it doesn't work the second time. You have to log out, log back in, and then it'll work. But making a mistake, it won't work the second time. That's what I found out on my computer. Might work different on other computers, but having a PDF files, videos, everything is all set up and very easy for you. So it's wonderful features. That's all I have.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, we can take any of those products and the features are just, will blow your mind when you actually come down through it and you look at them. And great things that you were saying there, William. Thanks so much for coming and sharing. All right, next up, we got all the way from Florida, Mr. Bruce Gerstein. Come on down and talk to us, brother.
Hello, Milo. Hello,
What's up,
everyone.
Bruce?
Hello, all my wonderful brand ambassadors of ONPASSIVE. You know, I've had some difficulty with my iPad today. I finally surrendered and said, I'm just going to use my phone and not worry about going in and out. It drives me crazy. So I want to talk about a song that probably you know, Milo. And it said, the song goes, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And when you look at it, when I look on Passive, what I look at is that this is a vehicle so that there being peace on earth. And it's very true for me. And I'm grateful that Ash introduced that to all of us. And I'm grateful that his God introduced him and supported him in his desire to help mankind. Jiva talks about the apples and how many seeds in an apple. And I want to talk a little bit about a little difference than just the apples themselves and the seeds, because every one of those seeds represents a new generation of on-pass beings. It's not just the seed and just the apples, because the seed has to grow into a tree, and it grows, and children who grow up with on-passive are going to be so full of love and admiration and appreciation for people. They will be born to want to give. They will be born to taught how to give, and that will create an entire universe of difference, from greed and suspicion and jealousy and envy to one of love, compassion, appreciation, and enthusiasm for life. Today I was in a meeting, and one of the topics in it was gratitude. And I said, you know, my mind wants to tell me, why are you inside? Because it's so beautiful outside. And I talked to my mind and said, yeah, but there's something I need to do here to give to people before I can go out and appreciate outside. And so I can take the time to not think about only myself and think of what I want to do, but think of what's beneficial for other people first. One of the greatest things about ONPASSIVE is we get to spread the news. We get to spread the news. And the thing about, doesn't matter what place you're at, because when if you look at a movie and you love the movie, and if you don't share how much you love that movie, someone else who would have loved that movie doesn't get to see that movie. But when you encourage them to see it, they will probably appreciate it too. So all of this has to do with seeing everything in a world where the world, ONPASSIVE has opened the world to us. We've opened up to friendships throughout the world. Anywhere we go, you know, the oldest song, Milo, anywhere I lay my hat is home. Anywhere I hang my hat is home. In ONPASSIVE, that is the other truth. Anywhere we go in this world, there will be someone from ONPASSIVE who will say, come on, be with us, spend time with us, give thanks with us, break bread with us. And it's so wonderful to have that, knowing that we're not alone in this. And this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, as they say. You know, so I appreciate it. I know that gratitude speaks best when you care and when you share that gratitude that you have. What are you grateful for? You share ONPASSIVE. Why are you grateful ONPASSIVE? Because it's given me hope. It's given me love. It's given me things that were missing in my life. It's made me feel successful inside. And I want to share it with other people so they can achieve and believe in themselves. And that's one of the greatest things is to uplift somebody's spirit so they can believe in themselves. And that's what ONPASSIVE has done for me, even more than I believed in myself already. I said a lot of the things that I always say. I never say I understand that God is perfect, and somebody perfect cannot create anything that is not perfect. So everyone here is perfect. Even with mistakes, we're perfect, because those mistakes lead to greater benefits later on. But it's always true that when he says that, is because it's true that we were born perfect. We were not born defective. We were born whole human beings with the Spirit of God within us. And that gives us the ability to achieve miracles every day. And when we achieve them, we share them. And we bring hope and love to other people. So I want to thank you for this time, Milo. I love and appreciate you always. I'm always grateful for you. I'm always grateful to be here and share with you that I can. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bruce. How about this? The news is out all over town. ONPASSIVE's been seen and turning good things around. How about something like that, man? It's good to hear what you're saying, man. And you know, ONPASSIVE is here.
Yep.
And it's going to be doing some good things for a lot of people.
Not
You know,
just good things,
and
but
so-
it's going to be doing great things, not good things,
Yeah,
great.
you're exactly right. Awesome things, man. Things that are unbelievable things.
No, they are believable and achievable.
Well, yeah, but they might be believable and achievable, but I mean, a lot of them are going to be, you don't think they're going to happen.
Yeah,
You know,
but
I believe that. I believe that this is bigger than what we think it is. You know, I think that there's some unbelievable things that are going to happen. And even though we as ONPASSIVE people, we believe a lot of it, you know, and we think, yeah, anything can happen, which all of us think that. But really, when you bring it down to it, some of them I think are going to be unbelievable. That, you know, you just don't think that could have happened, and it happens. You know, so
it's called a miracle.
that's right, a miracle.
Yep.
And we'll be seeing them left and right, Bruce?
Believe in miracles.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Expect a
Passive's
miracle.
going to bring a lot of them, you know, and
Expect a miracle.
that's right. And you know, we can expect a miracle, and that's what we're kind of talking about today, our gratitude, our thankfulness for what not only what's here now, but what we feel is going to come. Now, Ash has already said many times, hey, dream bigger. Dream bigger. And then when you dream bigger, he looks at you and goes, you're not dreaming big enough. You got to dream bigger. You know, well, how big is bigger? How big does it have to be? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. All I know is he says, dream bigger. You ain't dreaming big enough. So
You remember the old song, The Bear Went Over the Mountain?
the what?
The bear went over the mountain.
I don't
See
remember
what
that song.
When it goes, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. And when he got to the top of the mountain, what could he see? Another side of the mountain that he could go over.
I never heard
everything-
that song.
Yeah, but everything that Ash does is you find one mountain, you climb it to the top, you go to the next mountain, climb to the top of that one, and on forever. It never
Keep
stops.
going up.
Nope, never stops.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Unstoppable.
Love it.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Well, thank you, Bruce. Thank you for coming down and saying that. That was great. And next up, we got Mrs. Jeannie Aliva. Come on down, girl.
You're gonna get sick of me.
Oh, no, you always bring it.
I just wanted to share something about the dream bigger concept, because it's like, I remember when he first started saying that, and it's like a real mental, it's a journey of the mind that we've all been on. And so if you've been in here for a couple years, everybody's going to have a different experience, because those of us that have been in, a couple years at least, have had the time to transition between, thinking about getting a residual income and then realizing, wow, we're going to be able to change lives and all that trajectory. And then our CEO saying, dream bigger. No, dream bigger, dream bigger, dream bigger. And you really have to sit with yourself and you say, okay, if I was thinking this and that was really crazy, then you have at least I have a little bit of a mental battle with myself, which is, at what point, if we're thinking of things for ourselves, because I think he's saying dream bigger for the whole thing, not just for doing for others, but for ourselves as well. Like, we're included in that. He wants us to be joyful. So if you think, if I'm saying, oh, if I want to have this much money for my family or for my own personal desires or whatever, at what point does it feel like I'm being selfish? Like, if I want to, I don't know. I really have very simple needs, so it doesn't really apply to me so much as, say, someone that really wants to have material things, right? But for me, it's been a journey of really understanding what he means by that, and how we limit ourselves in our thinking. We hold ourselves back because we think we don't deserve that, or if I go to that level, my friends will be uncomfortable with my success. If I do this, people will treat me differently. If all of a sudden I'm a wealthy person, will I not be the same? Will I change? Will I, you know what I mean? All those things. It's a journey that we have to go on, but we are all on it, whether we like it or not. Like when Ash says, you know, the world will know your name. That was not something I wanted. You know what I mean? Like there's part of me that says, I think I'm just going to go live in a hobbit somewhere and have a nice little happy life, and nobody needs to know who I am, you know. So, but I think, you know, so he's saying that individually and also on passive, the ONPASSIVEians, the world is going to know our presence and our names. So with a lot of the stuff that Ash talks about, he says it, and then a year later, we're like, oh, that's what he meant. You know, I can't tell you how many times he has said something. I had an idea about it. I thought I understood it. And then it happens, and you're like, whoa, that just took on multiple levels. One of the ones, the greatest shape, you'll be in the greatest shape of your life, or get ready for the greatest shape of your life. And when I first heard that, I was thinking, well, that's a kind of an interesting way of saying you're going to be set financially, or you're going to, you know what I mean? Like that's a kind of different way of saying it. And then I'm just going to turn that video off just for a second. But when he told us about OnJoy and all of the activities and OPlay, and that, you know, he's like asking us, are you going to play? Are you going to get up? Are you going to be up and off the couch? You know, like our video games are not going to be about sitting on a couch and doing video games. They're going to be about being up and interactive and moving our bodies and staying fit. And I thought, we really are going to be in the greatest shape. Sorry, I keep getting phone calls. The greatest physical shape of our lives, the greatest mental shape of our lives. Clearly, we're already feeling like we're in a better emotional shape of our lives. I do. I feel like when I'm on these meetings with you all, I feel like I've just been, you know, set down into a warm bath. That's about the best way that I can describe it. I've been set into a warm bath. And I love being with you all. And so so he speaks on multiple levels. So when he's saying dream bigger, I'm not sure we even understand the levels that he's talking about, you know, because we're coming together. We're you know, I could get a little esoteric here, but if we're coming together as like a collective, an energetic collective, you know, we're kind of thinking the same, or we're sort of just kind of melding, keeping our individuation, but we're melding. And so dreaming bigger is going to take on like a collective aspect as well. I really think we just don't, we know about this much of, oh, that was Bruce. We know so little about what's coming, and I every time I turn around, I'm more excited and surprised at the multiple levels that this man is able to even think on, let alone do it. So again, I could talk all day about this topic, but just wanted to share that the dream bigger thing that's a bit of a journey for me personally.
Absolutely, Jeannie, and you're bringing home with that, you know, and when you said we know hardly nothing, and so when you start expanding your mind of what's coming up, if you think it's just software, I don't think it's right. You know, what if he comes up with, you know, remember at one point he said, hey, he said, no one should ever pay for electricity. What if he comes up with that? How big is that? What if he comes up with something that is on the wheel of every car, that now it's got electric on it, and that car can go any place? Because I know the next guy up is wanting electrical cars. I've heard him speak of it all the time. So none other than Mr. Greg Larkin, come on down and talk to us, brother. You're muted, Greg. Greg, you're muted. Greg, you're muted.
Okay. I guess,
There we go.
I was on but anyway, I was just frustrated by the lack of consideration of still using petroleum. It's right now killing my native country in Ukraine because Russia still uses it. And I don't know, it's so, we have now electric and hydro. I mean, Nikola Tesla over 90 years ago did it. What is wrong with our system that we don't understand life and death?
Well, I tell you what, Greg, you've brought it up every meeting that I've ever been at. So you are the ambassador for electrical cars for sure. And for using electric. I don't know if that's where it will go. I don't have any idea, that is the correct answer. I don't think anyone knows that that's the correct answer, if it is. But I do think that there's going to be something out there. And I do believe that it's probably going to be ONPASSIVE that comes up with that something that changes the world, and it's gonna make the world a better. So you could not be in no better place in your life than where you are right now. And I know that you come up every week and every time we have a meeting and you talk about the electrical cars and what's wrong with us, and we're just not there yet. But I guarantee you we are going to be looking at it, and something will probably be done.
Well, before my organization with you guys, I was really looking forward to seeing Bill McKinnon, who's going to be speaking at Hardwick, but then the pandemic happened and it was canceled. But I don't understand why people don't understand that change is possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, change is possible on all accounts. And I think you will see changes. Just like Jeannie was talking about, we're going from one mountain to another, and one of those is probably cars. Now, I'm not saying that electrical is the way to go, because I don't know. What if they come up with something that will make the wheels go by themselves, and you don't need gas, and you don't need, it's done by a magnet and something else, and you get the wheel going and it goes. I know there's other ways out there. I know we're being held back. I know that
Nikola Tesla assembly like 23 years ago created a totally HRO car, and he was killed in at the restaurant in I think Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. There's corruption, and we're the correction to the corruption. So we have to wait and let it happen. But I do believe it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, and I don't want to say that I do have the answers, because I don't. But I'll tell you what, when Ash stands up and he says, dream bigger, that's exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about, cars. Why does cars have to use petrol? Is there some better way to do it? Probably is. Why do houses have to have electricity? Is there a better way to do it? Probably. Why does, why is there so many medicines out there that just take care of solve something that's going on with another medicine? Why can't they fix the cure? Hey, it'll probably happen, but we have to wait our time. We have to climb those mountains as we get to them.
Well, natural sources are so much better than anything chemical.
Right.
They're cures for everything on this planet.
Right, and
but,
I think
the big medical institution doesn't want that. They want it to be sick.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know all the answers. All I know is what's being developed, what's being done in our labs, and what Ash is working on. There's some big things coming out. And remember, Every month, there will be 2 products and 1 physical product that comes out. Can you imagine that? Think of that. Just think of that. How big is that? You have a generation of people underneath you that they've come in through your funnel or whatever, and now you're getting commissions on them. Now, will they buy every product? Absolutely. I think everyone will buy every product. And why not? Because when they see it going into their wallet and they see that all of a sudden they got commissions over here, but they can't take them out because they didn't buy the product, what's going to happen? They're going to buy the product and bring it out. Now, every month you got 2 more products that come out with 1 physical product. What's going to happen? They're going to buy 3 products every month, right? You get 3 times the money every month because it's going to raise you up. Every one you got, they're going to buy 3 more products. You're going to get more apples. So I believe, when Jeannie talks about, hey, we just go to one mountain and then we start up another one.
I think that was William Delorme. I want to give him
William?
credit there.
Okay,
It was
William,
William, or I think it was William. Please correct me. Was it William that was talking about going to one and then the next? It was not me.
Go to another one. Okay,
whoever it was, it wasn't me, and I don't want to take that credit.
All right.
Bruce. Was it Bruce?
Bruce. Okay.
It was Bruce.
Gerstein.
Apologies.
You
Yeah.
go to
I'll
one
be happy to
mountain, then
take
we
that
go
credit.
up
I'll
another.
take that
Go to
credit.
one, and we keep going up, and sooner or later we're going to climb all of those mountains, and we're going to get to the very top. But it's not going to happen overnight. But thank you so much for bringing your point of view, Greg. Appreciate you, brother. All right, thank you.
Milo, pardon me, Milo.
Yes, sir.
Some people are still having trouble with the raised hand thing. Like if they're on a Chromebook, they can't even see it under reaction. So Christina Dodds has to, I told her to wave her real hand. So at some point, could you remember to bring Christine on to say something?
Absolutely. Let's bring Christine on right after David Rozowski.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. Mr. David Rozowski, come on down and talk to us. I know you always got some good stuff, man.
Good afternoon on Passive Airs. I'm all excited. Just one real quick thing to say to Greg. I figure it's going to be the energy is going to wind up translating into some sort of electric, but we got to think and remember, we have a nuclear engineer working with us. So we probably have some sort of safe nuclear thing going on. So, I mean, like Milo said, the proof is in the pudding. We got to wait and see, how the cards fall. But I don't know, as far as being thankful, I just got to say, I'm super thankful that, Ash was able to do what he did. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of us out there that have these grand ideas, want to do all this wonderful stuff, correct the corruption. Me, for instance, I've never fit into society because I refuse to, participate in organized crime. So I've never had a smooth run of it, and I've never had the knowledge, the experience, the skills, or the resources to be able to do this. And the fact that Ash has been able to pull all this together for us, he didn't need to do this. He did this for us. That's going to do so much for so many. For me, for instance, it's going to be able to make me be able to be the father I need to be, as well as the father I wanted to be. I have simple means, as far as I was concerned, and I've been saying this for 30 years, as long as I could pay my bills on time, take my son on a vacation or 2 a year, I'm as rich as I need to be. And then Ash said, dream bigger. I had this idea that I've been working on for years, for the handicapped. And then Chris came out with the Angels. I was like, oh, jumped on that bandwagon. I started thinking, then my wheels started turning. Then I had another project and I had another project. Now I've got a notebook full of projects, and now I got to start putting together, I even wound up starting to put together a business so that when all the apples start falling, I have a basket to catch them in and a place to start doing what I want to do. I want to pay it forward, like Ash said, pay it forward, Ashmead Forest style. ONPASSIVE is going to take care of me. Everything I'm going to do is going to be all not for profit. Any monies that should be coming my way is going to go into an account for the company, for the people, for bonuses, for parties, for, rewards for going above and beyond. This is the world I've been dreaming of for 57 years. This is the world, You know, I watched Star Trek all, you know, since I was a little kid. You know, this is the world where nobody has to worry about money. Now it's all about value. What can you bring to society? Who are you as a person? What are you bringing to people? What can you do for people? This is, I can't even put it into words. There isn't a, you know, a proper word in any language in history that could properly describe my you know, my attitude of gratitude that I've caught from ONPASSIVE. And it's just infectious, and I can't wait. I am just so eager to see where the world's going to be 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, with everybody that's tired of the stuff and they're going through, and we all take our own little project and we apply it in our little areas, and then we start sharing it, and then that, you know, somebody else adopts it, and everything spreads, and before you know it, we're going to be living in a world like Star Trek, where everybody, you go out on vacation, you leave your doors unlocked. You don't have to, you know, you look at somebody in some sort of demographic that normally would make you nervous. Yeah, you just wave and, hey, how you doing? That's the world I want to live in. You know, that was up in North Carolina. I got a taste of that up in North Carolina, or down in North Carolina, and I'm greedy for it. I just love it. You know, and I'm also selfish. I like feeling good. And when I help people, it makes me feel awesome. So I'm just going to make that my life's mission, my life's goal, you know, what I do. When my son's not around, I'm going to be helping people. I'm just excited, and I can't wait.
That's beautiful, David. That's beautiful, man. And that's what I want too. You know, I want to be able to take this vehicle, and I want to go where I want to go and help whoever I want to help, you know, and we've never had that chance before, you know, we've never had an opportunity where we could do that. It's a beautiful thing that we're going to get to do that now. And I see Miss Christina Dodd found the hand, and she got her hand raised. Christina, come on down and talk to us. Can you unmute?
Maybe you have to, Milo. I don't know. Maybe you have to unmute her.
I'm sending a thing, ask her to unmute, but there you go.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you well, Christina. Come on and talk to us, girl.
Hi, Milo.
Hey.
I sure enjoy your show on Sundays.
Cool.
So thank you for that. And I feel much gratitude and thankfulness. I'm blessed. When I started in the company, I heard it from my son. He said, Mom, I'm gonna start an account for you. And then he explained a little bit to me, and then I prayed on it. And God said I should do this to help me help others, because at that time I was mourning the death of my daughter and I needed something. And it's great. I don't feel like I'm in a fog anymore. I have so much love. I get called by Rupa at 6 o'clock in the morning, if I'm awake or not. You know, I get calls from Julie on my daughter's death date. It made me feel great. This is a family. It was made with heart. I wear many hats. I'm very busy with my grandkids. I love it. They're my life. But when I die, I want to be known as from kindness. I don't mind being in the background. I don't even worry about money anymore. And I'm on Social Security. So if I made $5, that's $5 more than I have, you know? So I'm very grateful for the love and ONPASSIVE. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you, Christina. I love it. I love your heart. I love your passion. And it's going to be great, man. And we all know it's going to be great. And like you said, if it was just $5, it's $5 more than I had. You know, do we think it's going to be that? No, it's probably not. You're going to have a lot more apples than that. But we can be grateful for whatever we have. And that's the beauty of life, you know, and that's one of the beautiful things that happens in our life. So, all right. Thank you for coming down and sharing, Christina. All right. Next up, we got none other than from South Haven, Michigan, all the way from South Haven, Miss Amy Radecki. Come on down.
Hey there, David, you made me think of something when you said, when your kids will be at another location, you'll be able to help others. I just want you to know he's watching you no matter what, and he's going to see you helping others. And it reminded me of a time where we were having a picnic with my 4 little kids, and there was a gentleman sitting at the next table. He didn't have any food, and they said, Mama, can we make him a sandwich? And we did. And they took it to him, and he was so grateful. And so just know your little guy or your children are watching, and it's all good. And for Bruce, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. The other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain. So that's for Bruce. Milo, I didn't know you didn't know that song. I just thought I would throw that in there.
Thank you. I never heard it before. It's cute. Thank you very much, Amy. And Amy, you said something that really struck a chord with me. Children are going to watch us. Children are going to watch us, and they're going to find ways to help out people, and some kids have been raised up that way. Yours, like you said, they wanted to take someone's food. And that's a beautiful thing. But now we're giving them a vehicle that they can actually provide to their friends or to anyone that they want to, this giving, where they can give and they can help others. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. I mean, it's going to change the world. I do know that, because children do watch you. And I don't know, I'm going to tell this story. I think I've told it before, but I'm going to tell it again. My daughter, Jessica, right after my wife died, Peggy would always tell the kids, she'd say, now girls, she said, I never went shopping. So it was always her and the girls, right? And she would say, no, girls, because of all the snow up here in Michigan, they would plow up the parking lots and stuff. And she would say, you want to look around the parking lot, she said, because sometimes people drop money and it just gets plowed up into the thing. And so Jessica remembers this. This was back in 2017. I was struggling very much at that time, and my other daughter was struggling very much at the time. And Jessica was walking in the parking lot, and she said, I'm going to go. Well, first what happened was there was this older guy in a shoe store, and Cooper loves shoes. So Cooper's always getting a new pair of shoes. And so they're in there getting Cooper a pair of shoes. And here's this guy and his grandson. She said it looked like a grandson. And the guy said, Sonny, he said, I can't afford those shoes. I can't get those for you, Papa can't get them. And so she said it broke her heart that, this little boy wanted a pair of shoes so bad. But I mean, the truth is you can't get everything that kids want or whatever. But Jess said, Dad, she said, I walked out in the parking lot, and she said, it was like Mom said to me, hey, Jess, look around the parking lot. Said there could be some money laying around. Jess said, I started walking, and I looked around at the edge of the parking lot. Sure enough, there was a bill. She reached down, picked it up. It wasn't a dollar bill. It wasn't a $10 bill. It wasn't a 20. It wasn't a 50. It was a $100 bill that she found. Now, I'm thinking, this is me thinking in my mind, I'm thinking, man, this is cool. She's probably going to bless me or bless Marla, No, she didn't. You know what she did? She went back in the store, and she walked up to that Papa, and she said, hey, she said, maybe this will help out. Slips it in his hand. Now, the truth is, in 2017 at Christmas time, I was struggling to even have money to eat, basically. And I remember pulling into McDonald's and fishing through some change to get something to eat. And I did. No one knew this. And I thought, boy, it's too bad she didn't, maybe give it to me. But in my heart, I felt like that is so cool, because that's what her mother would have wanted her to do. And me too. I mean, that was an incredible thing to walk in and give that guy. I mean, just to give that guy the money. Do you know the next day? Now I had been out and I had been in my car and I'd fished through for change to get something to eat that day. And I walked up to my car the next morning, and I swear to God, there was two $20 bills in there. I have no idea where they come from. Kind of do, but just amazing how that all works out, you know. And so I thought I'd share that story with you. All right, next up we got Miss Amy Radecki. Come on down, Amy. You don't have your hand.
I think you had
up?
Amy. You got to move on.
Okay. Amy, okay, I thought Amy had her hand up. I thought she was wanting to share something. No? All right, well, let's see. Anybody?
Momodu's there.
Momodu, come on down, Momodu.
At the end of the show, we're going to award $1,000 to the video who the most. So, see if our favorite video is the same as yours.
Momodu.
Most about animals is the way they
there. Hello, Momodu.
Yeah, Mr. Milo. I don't know. Something was on the background.
Okay, yeah, there was.
Yeah, it was Gilbert's phone. I muted it.
All right, great. Come on down, Momodu. Are you working? And don't look like you're working today. You're muted, Momodu. That's a rookie mistake, and we know you shouldn't make those. There you go.
I'm home today, Mr. Milo.
All right, good. That's great. Talk to us.
Good afternoon to you all, and good afternoon to all my brand ambassador my fellow brand ambassadors all over the world. You know, I'm just happy and thankful for you to allow me to speak. First of all, I appreciate you and Mr. Mufara, you know, for making my dream realize. You know, first of all, I was born in Sierra Leone, a country in West Africa. I know some of you know it, with a population of less than 8 million. And I'm in America for the past 17 years. I've been working in this medical field, working in nursing homes where you have different types of people, you know, that need our help. So I've been working both in rehab and long-term setting. So the people that have been taken care of, I see them as the same type of people we have back home. But thank God for them here, they have some help whereby they create these nursing home facilities that will help them to address their issues. But back home in my country, with that population, we never had a nursing home that will help these aged and disabled people. So I always have that dream that one day I'll be able to establish these same facilities into my country to help my fellow Sierra Leoneans, you know, because you will see some people undergo surgeries, they don't have good medical attention. People become, these Alzheimer's diseases will tackle them. They can't, you know, they just leave them. Either the family take care of them or they leave them on the street. They think that they've become crazy, you know. Here you see they take care of people with mental difficulties, but back home, quick they say, oh, this person, you know, you start seeing them walking on the street. So when I have these dreams, I can't realize it until when Mr. Ash came up with this opportunity for us. I said, oh my goodness, maybe this is the time I'll be able to realize my dream. So for me, I want to make good use of our OBLES system through Missionaries for Africa to open a nursing home facility in my country, Sierra Leone, where I'll be able to help these aged and disabled people, you know, in my country. So that's my dream. And I just started sharing it a few days ago to one of the feedback for founders feedback. So I said, okay, today, although I came a little bit late, I said, so let me share. Maybe the topic is related to that. So that's my dream, and I'm so thankful and appreciative to Mr. Ash and you all that have been assisting him to, towards this venture. And thank you very much, Mr. Milo. I've been following your show for the past 2 years, and I've learned and gained a lot. Thank you very much. So this is my dream.
Absolutely.
I really want to establish a nursing home in my country, Sierra Leone.
Absolutely, Momodu. You've been coming here forever, and you've been talking, and it's usually when you're working or whatever. And we appreciate that so much, man. You bring so much to the table, and I know you'll be able to make that nursing home come true in your country. You know, and we'll work together and see that done. Keep pounding, you know, me about it or whatever. But let's get together. Let's make sure that happens over there, because you know, your heart and your passion is in it, and you know, we can make that happen. So thank you very much, Momodu. You're always a pleasure to come on and talk to and listen to. All right, and next up we got Miss. Let me see if I can pronounce this one. Agnes Saleri Miller. How did I do?
Right on.
No,
Yes.
Minu.
Hello.
Minu.
Very good. Thank
right.
you.
Come on down.
I was going to tell you. Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you good.
There is no way I can top all the nice things that everybody has said. I just came on to say how proud I am to be among you. I see you, I hear you. I'm on board with everything you say. What a privilege. I'm grateful of Mr. Ash. Love you all. I'm hoping someday I get to help my people in Iran that are under a lot of killing and wrongdoing. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Agnes. We enjoy you coming on and speaking, and yeah, beautiful thing. You know, hopefully, you know, with what Hash has and what we're going to accomplish with ONPASSIVE, we can eliminate all of this crazy stuff that goes on in the world that doesn't need to go on. It's usually sparked by greed and by corruption, you know, and when people get together like we get together, we just all love each other, you know. And it doesn't matter where you're from, what color you are, anything about a person, you know. We're just human beings, you know. And why can't we just love each other? Yeah, we're going to have differences. You might believe this way, another one might believe that way. Your political views are this way, and mine are this way. But should that really matter? I mean, can we just agree to disagree on some things? What difference does it make? We don't have to go around killing people. We don't have to you know, do crazy stuff. So I appreciate you coming on, and so just enjoy it. And it looks like we're about out of hands. I don't see any more hands up, so I think it's almost just a half hour before, and we got a lot of thinking to do. I know I've got to meet with some people later on and stuff, and I've got some stuff to do. So I think we're just going to close it down, because I think everyone's got a chance to say what they want to say. Unless there's someone that wants to say something, if you put your hand up real quick, I will honor that. But if not, we are going to move on. Oh, there we got one up, Mr. John Barilla. Come on down, brother.
Hi. Thank you, Milo. I thought maybe you might call on me at the end, but I thought, well, let me just raise my hand.
I am gonna call on you at the end.
Oh, well, I could still, I could hold it till then, or I could just say a little something. Now, let me just think. I right now in my life, I've got some challenges. Now, of course, everyone's got a lot of challenges, some more serious than others, but I've got a lot of things on my plate, which I won't go into. And I have some time lately where I'm having a little trouble you know, with what you're grateful for or what I'm thankful for, as we all would be, I think, sometimes when we have certain struggles going on. But so as I thought about this, I thought, well, what am I, come on, you know, what am I thankful for? And of course, I sit here, I realize, well, one of the things and one of the few things that I'm really thankful and grateful for right now in my life is ONPASSIVE, and all of you folks and everybody that I've met in ONPASSIVE and the experience that I'm having with it. And I don't really express myself too often on any of these webinars and situations about, you know, I mean, I'm encouraging and I'm positive, but I'm not like a real cheerleader or anything like that. So I just thought I'd come on now to let people know that is one of the most important things in my life right now, what I'm grateful for. And to hear certain things people said today, it just gets to me. It makes me realize this is something I am definitely thankful and grateful for. And to hear Manu, which the lady that just spoke, that's what we know her as. She's actually somebody that I help a bit, Manu, and that just got me too. But she'll know why that got me when I heard her speak just a minute ago, like she just spoke. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it a lot. And that's what I have to say for my grateful and thankful side of this. And if you'll get me right before we get off, I do have something I want to say that's kind of general about where we are in the biz right now. But that's what I got to say about being grateful and thankful.
Well, thank you, John, for stealing all my thunder. No, I'm just kidding you. I was just fixing to say a lot of the stuff that you just said. You know, I'm thankful and so grateful for everyone that's here. I mean, and people that come every week, they don't know what it means to Milo, you know, and the Milo ONPASSIVE show, because there would not be one without you. You guys are the ones that make it up. And what we heard today is just what, you know, that's how we feel. That's what we attract. We bring people in like that. And I got to tell you that, you know, it's just so fun to meet with you guys. It's good to hear your stories. It's good to hear what you have to say. I love this show, you know, and I love that people can come on and feel comfortable. And I like watching people grow. I've seen people that come on and, man, they're just nervous at first and they can't hardly talk. Even Amy Radecki, take Amy Radecki when she first come on, and now look at her. She's just like an old pro coming on here, you know, and a lot of people have been like that, you know, so it's fun for me to watch them grow. Thank you so much for allowing me that, because I am thankful for every one of you. And I mean, it's like I have a whole new family. You know, not that my family's bad or anything. I love my family, but oh my God, my ONPASSIVE family is their cool as can be. And where else? I'm gonna be traveling around the globe or around the US. And man, if I'm coming by your house, I want to stop in and see you or meet you someplace, man, because I want to hug, you know, I want to hug. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about the journey. And just, you know, when you talk to people like that, it's amazing, you know. But I got some special people that I do want to thank that has helped me out a lot. I would like to say Mr. Bruce Kirsting from Florida. Come on down, Bruce, and just say a couple minutes of what you think. I know you like we get you to help out. You get to bring on people and stuff before people are here. Come on down, Bruce, and say something to us. Couple minutes. We're closing.
Well, thank you. Thank you for asking me to say anything again, Milo. You know, there's a lot of things that come to mind. You know, one of the things I know is that, Milo, you have done a lot for a lot of people, bringing them out from the shadows. I was very timid because of how I speak, but you still encouraged me, and I appreciate that. Everybody here is encouraged. Let their voice be heard, because if you don't speak, you're never heard. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you never talk, nobody knows who you are. So the thing about this is, like the program Tears, this is a place where everybody is welcome and everybody wants to know your name. So keep coming back to this, no matter where you're from, no matter what you think about yourself. We know that you are beautiful and you are perfect in every way. And I want you to keep coming back and don't stop until you can't breathe. And then you don't have to stop, because God will take over from there. And anyway, God takes over all the time anyway. So it doesn't really matter. What matters most to me is the kindness we have towards others, the goodness we can spread, the compassion we can feel, the empathy we can feel, and in those ways we can support anyone around the world. So I'm going to keep coming back because I'm a very, very satisfied customer and a very proud brand ambassador of the greatest company that ever existed, ONPASSIVE. And I thank Expert Mufara for everything he's done to support us and let us know that, like Collins always says, everything is fine. We're fine.
Thank you, Bruce. Everything is beautiful in its own way. I think you brought that up a couple weeks ago or maybe last week, and it is. Thank you, man. Thank you for what you bring to the show. You are always talking and saying good stuff, man, and we love hearing you. So thank you, Bruce Gerstein. Let's go all the way from, I don't even know where he is from, Mr. David Rozowski. Come on down. You talk. I love when you talk. You always bring something to the table. Talk to us for about 2 minutes, Dave. Dave, there we go.
Me?
Yes, David Rozowski.
Yeah, no, pretty much said everything I needed to say. I'm just excited. I can't wait. You know, as far as all the, like I started buying up extra positions for that business I was talking about with all the glitches. I'm just kind of chilling out and waiting until everything's all 100% smooth and bumpy. I'm bump free, I should say. You know, before I go ahead, I figure, you know, with the stuff I got to do, I want to stay out of tech team's hair, let them straighten out what they got, you know. I'm just looking forward to a brighter future for everybody, you know. It's just, you know, friends, family, you know, that never had before. Got some, you know, big family now, you know, we're around the world, you know. And
thank you.
That's it.
Thanks, David. Thanks, David. You always bring good stuff to the table. Please always do that, man, because we appreciate it here on the ONPASSIVE Milo Show. And one that doesn't talk a lot, but now she's starting to talk more. Miss Amy Radecki, come on down and talk to us.
Well, thank you, Milo. I just want to say thank you for your show. And I'm so thankful for that day that you wore your hat at the restaurant at breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike said, what is ONPASSIVE? And
1 year ago.
From 1 year ago, December 1st. Yes, sir. Yep. Didn't even have to think about it. I mean, we got in our cars. I drove home. I said, Mike, we have to do this. It's $97. So I will be forever grateful for you, but to Ash also, you know, just for his whole concept and the way he was open to God's leading. So that's all I have for you all.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Amy Radecki, for coming on the show and being with us. All right, next one, a guy that's always here, and he watches the chat, used to watch the chat for us a lot. But that is Mr. John Barilla. He always offers something good for us. John, come on down and talk to us.
Whoa, thank you again, Milo. Well, you know, what I want to say right now is, you know, folks, for the last few days, things have been happening, and all of a sudden we started to realize that, oh, what's going on? And both people are having all this trouble getting in, and some people are actually going in through the wrong channel, so to speak, and not going in through the right Founders channel. And then we had a time when we really did have a pause here, and that was yesterday. Ash kind of made an announcement, said, get this out there, and we're going to pause for a few hours, whatever, until they get there. And well, guess what? That time passed, and then sometime late afternoon, it was like, yeah, get the message out there. It's okay to keep registering. Now, those back and forth, it caused a lot of confusion. As you know, a lot of people are really just getting, and I'm saying chill. We're getting that message. All of us chill, relax. Even with all this stuff, what we have to do is, like with Dave, let's say, Dave just said he's taking it easy. He's not in a hurry. Now, that doesn't mean because he's been told, no, don't you do it right now, because it's gone back the other way. And Dave is choosing to until it does really be, and everything's like a little smoother, and that's it, and that's absolutely fine. However, here's what there's more confusion going on right now, and that's what I want to bring this point up right now. Just when we went on, Marty and Chris did a spontaneous live, and earlier today, both Red and Marty did their lives. Now, Red this morning, he didn't say much, and he did say they were on an important phone call last night with Mr. Ash, and it was quite a while, and they talked about all of these things, but he did not say that we should go into another don't register, freeze, don't do anything. He did not say that. Yet there are people right now putting out there in different medias and some of my groups that I'm an admin of, I can see where they're saying, like, we're in another pause. Don't do anything until further notice, till after Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. And guess what? I don't know if that's true or not. And that's the thing. We need to calm down even about the advice we're given about when we're pausing and not pausing, because I'm listening to, as we were on here, I did cheat a little bit besides doing my business, what I'm doing for you, Milo, here today. I was listening a little bit with my other ear to Chris and Marty, Chris and what did I say before? Help me out. Wasn't Marty? Was it Marty? Yes, it was Marty. I'm sorry.
Chris? I don't know.
Goodness.
I don't know.
Thank you. And they were essentially saying, we're not in a pause. They're actually saying it's okay to continue to register now. We do still have some of these glitches and things that are happening, and not everything's perfect. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm thinking we're not in another, we got to pause till Tuesday. But it doesn't mean that you have to automatically register now quickly again, like I said. So let's just all, just take it easy. And even those of us giving advice and all that, we need to take it easy, because like I say, people are going by, hey, now we're stopped. No, hey, wait, now we're thinking, well, we can go. And it's starting to get a little bit crazy out there for all of us. I just want to say again, I think if you want to register right now, it is actually easier. And here's what I'll say to you. We had a little thing that Marty put together. It was kind of a step-by-step, and he took it down. I think actually that he didn't put that together. It was Julie, I believe, and he was using it. Then there was a problem of some sort, and so they decided to take it down. And that probably caused this thing, whoa, we better get in another pause. No. Okay. Now, right now, is here what I've heard. They are doing the 8 o'clock feedback again tonight, and Julie will be, she's going to take over a little bit for Chris, okay? And here's the thing. She's created another little help step-by-step thing. Now, they wouldn't have created that, and she's not going to be talking about it if they don't want you to do anything until Tuesday or something. So what I'm saying is we need to pay attention now, maybe go and hear the record of the live that was just on, because we were on here and got interrupted. And then also be aware that tonight's feedback is probably going to give you some more information about, the step-by-step that's going to be available to us and all that. So that's just I want to bring up, is let's be cool. And I'm not saying, hey, get in there right now and go register. I mean, I'm saying you probably can, but I'm saying let's hear what we're going to hear on the feedback tonight. Maybe listen to that live that I couldn't hear every moment of, that just was on with Marty and boy, my mind is going crazy. I'm sorry. But anyway, just do that and calm down. And I think we're all going to be fine. As we've heard from Oliver Fonte many times, it's my favorite thing to quote. It's my favorite positive thing that I say to everybody. I say two things. Go to your back office, which is now changing to something different. Make it your best friend. And right now, we still need to be going into that Founders, because that's where all these, if there's anything that changes by the minute, it's going to be in there. And that's it. And that's not even the new OES, because there aren't, people are even saying that. There's updates in there. There's this. No, they're not there yet. You're still using our other source there for all the important information. Or if you hear from these guys that just make their lives and such, the real sources, the guys we know are telling us what is accurate, when we're supposed to pause and when we shouldn't pause. That's all I got. I'm sorry to rant like that, but I want us all to know we can calm down a little bit, and you can take your time, but you could also probably still register. And let's listen tonight to the feedback again and really hear what's going to be going on. I'm going to stop. Thank you very much.
John. Thank you, John. Yeah, everyone, things are going great. If what you've heard, the people signing up that are new customers are not having any problem whatsoever. It's working just great. Some of the others, there is a little glitches, but those are gonna dissipate. They're gonna be gone.
Exactly.
All we got to do is just stay calm, like he said. If you're not in today, it's not a big deal. If you're not in tomorrow, it's not a big deal. If you're not in Monday, it's not a big deal. I would say Tuesday, you want to make sure you're in. By then, I think everything will be running smooth.
Right.
And I would just stay in tune with what people are saying, and and we'll go from there. All right, then.
Wait,
now,
real quick though. Just make
Okay.
sure if someone does go to register for themselves, go in through the right path. Don't go through the website, that address. That's the public. Go in through your
Right,
own
absolutely.
founders.
You want to go through Go Founders and follow, what Julia said, go to register and register. It's pretty easy. So, all right, next up, we have one that, man, I have enjoyed this lady so much. I mean, she started out, I watched the chat, and she's in the chat all the time. And if I need her to be the host, she's the host, and she is the great host. And if I need her to be the co-host, as today, I didn't know Lynn wasn't going to be here, but who steps in and is a great co-host and just brings it week after week after week. And I love what she says. My mind and hers think a lot alike. A lot of times I'll be thinking something and she just puts it out there so beautifully. And all of you know who I'm talking about, and I'm thankful for and grateful for. It's none other than Miss Jeannie Aliva.
Aliva.
There we go. Aliva. Come on down,
Gosh,
Jeannie.
Milo, that was, wow. That was really kind. Thank you so much. And I just want to start by saying that I'm grateful to you, because I would not have done any of the things that I did. Like you and I discussed, you were the first person that actually had me as a host. Now, Chris had alluded to it with the "oh bless," like, oh, I'm going to have her stand in, but you were the first that I actually did it, and you supported and encouraged me. I never aspired to any of this. I aspired to writing songs, doing creative stuff, doing behind the scenes kind of things. And it just never was in my projection of what I would be doing in this company or anything. So it's an interesting glove to wear. I know Amy probably understands where I'm coming from, is that we can do it, but it takes a little pulling up from the inside to do it. And I'm so glad that it's providing some value. I really, really am. And I wanted to thank John Barilla for that share, because it really has been chaos. And but not, let me preface that. I'm actually surprised it's not more crazy, because you think things are moving minute to minute. This is a launch of a gigantic mega business, and things are happening fast. And so if Ash shares something with Marty and they get it out there, by the time India or New Zealand or whatever, by the time people on the other side of the planet get that message, it's already changed. So you can see where the confusion comes from. So it's not because, it's totally understandable to me. And I'm actually surprised it's running as smooth as it is because of that, because of those mixed messages. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, I hope people aren't thinking that it's, it's, I don't even know how to just express it, but the idea of just stepping back, like Dave Rosowski said, you step back and you let some dust settle, but you still keep your fingers in, because we're beta testers. We need to be in there testing these things out, because how are they going to know what needs to be fixed unless we're doing it? So it's a sort of a dance, a little choreography. You follow your own inner guidance. If you are like, I want to get in there and register my account, so you do it. And then if it gets a little funky, maybe you stand back. Maybe you look to some leader announcements, see if something's been communicated. Check the Founder site, see if there's been an update. But it's all, you breathe through it. You just relax and know that none of us are going to be left behind at all. It's going to happen organically. I had some that I did in the very beginning, and that was in the very beginning, and it was a little wonky. And then I did some that were smooth as glass, absolutely. And then I'm in there and I'm in the OES, and I'm just like, this is fabulous. better than expected. I mean, just incredible. So you know that that's where we're headed. And then once everybody gets in there, it's just going to be great. So I hope that, I mean, honestly, it's kind of the same thing for everything. If you either believe in what we have and where we're going, or you have doubts. And the people that have, doubts still, they're going to maybe have a knee-jerk reaction that, oh, something's broken or something's not working right or whatever. And that's just, I don't know that that kind of mindset is going to change right away. So the people like us that have the vision, we know what's there. We know it's there. We know it's there. And then we know there's more mountains beyond that and more echelons and all of that. And I think it's sort of our job to hold that energy, hold that vision, because not everybody is there in their mind. Some people just need a little bit of encouragement. I've seen people transform where, they write me a panicked message, and then I just say a few words, and that little message really has an effect on them. And I know John Barilla can attest to this, because he has helped so many people. And so it just takes that, that comforting thought. Even if we have no idea what we're talking about, we're like, just relax. The information will come, because none of us has the whole picture. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share. We are in the most extraordinary place. I don't even want to call it a business. We are in just an extraordinary world that's being created for our benefit and for the benefit of humanity. And I'm blessed to be here. I'm grateful to know you all. And man, every one of us, once we get empowered and take care of our personal business that might need addressing when the apples fall, just imagine us all in our full empowerment. I don't think we have any idea the gifts and talents of the foundership. I don't think we've even seen a tiny fraction of it, because people are dealing with their own lives. They have struggles. They're managing things. Once that is managed, can you imagine? I know Ash sees this. I can see it behind his eyes that he's holding that vision. And all of this is just stuff that has to happen till we get there, right? So I see just well, I don't want to say unbelievable, because I agree with Bruce. It's mind-boggling. We can use the term mind-boggling. It shakes the mind. It's like, whoa, that's incredible. I think we're going to see some incredible things from the founders, the brand ambassadors, the people who are empowered to really, really bring their gifts forward. So that's my message for the day. I'm excited and grateful and thankful. Thank you, Milo.
All right. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for coming today, sharing your thankfulness and your gratitude. And it's only going to get better, man. And I couldn't believe it right at the end. I missed a little bit of your speech, Jeannie, because my thing went out, my internet went out here at the motel, and I'm like, oh no, I've lost it, but it come back just in time. So like to tell every one of you, man, thank you so much for coming. Remember, if you did not show up, we would have not had a show. And there's no big eyes and no little U's in this company. We are all in it together, and we are one team. There's no this team, that team. We are all one team. We're working for a common goal. It's a movement that is moving in the right direction. So I'd like to say to all of you, thank you so much for coming today, and good night from Benton Harbor, Michigan.
Good night.
Good night from South Haven, Michigan.
Good night from Pennsylvania, USA.
Night.
Good night from Florida, Roy Davey.
Good night. Good night.
New Jersey's in the house.
All right, New Jersey. All right. Good night, John Barilla. Good night, Miss Amy Radecki. Good night, Jeannie Oliva. Good night, Mr. David Rozalski. Good night, Agnes Solario Manu. Good night, Greg Locken. We will see you next week. Good night, everyone. Bum, 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 bum. Good night, sweetheart.
Good night,
Time to go.
Good night. Good night.
All right,
Good
All
night,
right, Milo.
sweetheart.
Good night, my brother.
Time to go. I don't sing much anymore. Oh.
All right.
I couldn't carry a tune with a dump truck.
really
Great job, Milo.
I'm talking to Milo. I think he says he ended it, but it's still going on. So it
Who's got the
is.
button?
We're not leaving until you leave, Milo.
It's actually showing as you. Now, let me
Wait, he just
see.
made me the host, but I'm not sure I know how to. Let me just see.
It says John's saying he's the host now. So yeah, he got knocked off, John. So if you can end it, that would be great. I'm not sure exactly how to do that.
Well, let me look.
No,
Hold
what
on.
you have to do, John, is say goodbye.
He says
and-
I got it.
hit
I
end.
think I got it. I think I got it. Hold on. Well, let me stop the video, perhaps. No, maybe that stops my video. I'm not sure.
You can just click leave.
Start another
I
show.
think you just ended my video, John. Let's see.
I ended your video, not mine. Oh, well. Does anybody? Hold
So
on.
if you go, John, what do you see on your three dots in the
My three dots? I see I see security, meeting settings, background effects, YouTube, and that's it. Disconnect audio.
John, Milo is saying if you end, like if he leaves, like if he says, yeah, if you leave and then leave the end meeting for all, that should do it.
If I just leave myself, you mean? Here we go.
Yeah, and then it'll probably
There we
say
go.
end
I
meeting
got
for
it.
all.
Okay, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Share the love. Chia sẻ tình yêu.
شارك الحب.
Teile die Liebe. 愛を分かち合おう。Compartamos amor.
Hozd meg a szeretetet mindenkivel.
Time of peace is coming. Everyone should sing. Better lie we're loving. ONPASSIVE will bring.
Anything you need now is in one place. Fullness waiting to be yours. Nothing less than grace.
Close your eyes, spread your wings. Make your dreams come true. Share the joy, share the love. Total freedom comes to you. Close your eyes, spread your wings. Make your dreams come true. You are not alone. ONPASSIVE is your home.
If you believe in goodness, here echoes from above. ONPASSIVE is here for you, with great and selfless love. Join to make a paradise on earth with us together,
And take care of each other forever and forever. Close your eyes, spread your wings. Make your dreams come true. Share the joy, share the love. Total freedom comes to you. Close your eyes, spread your wings. Make your dreams come true. Dreams come true. You are not alone. ONPASSIVE is your home. Only love can make you hear. Only love brings happy tear. Only love can make you see that we are safe. You and me, you and me.
your home. ONPASSIVE is your home. ONPASSIVE is your home. Share the love.
Passive, it's here to stay on passive. There's just no better way. Listen to the Julie and the Milo Show, cause then you can be the very first to know. On passive, it's here to stay.